Niamh Jones is Mary Poppins. I'd say she arrives to work with a fucking umbrella, and just floats down.
Hello and welcome back to MudderRucker, the one and only podcast dedicated to Irish women's rugby.
We've all had a little break and we are raring to go for pre-season.
But we promise we won't make you do burpees or run laps.
Over the next few episodes, we'll be catching up with some of the top names in and around Ireland camp.
Join us as we unpack the 2025 Six Nations. We find out what life is like inside the Irish camp and how the team's prep for the Rugby World Cup is going.
Plus, we've got 2 warm-up games in August that are shaping up to be absolute belters. And we'll be bringing you all the behind-the-scenes build-up and banter.
So, whether you're a rugby lifer, a new fan, or just here for the crack, you're in the right place.
Bear crawls, optional.
Welcome to MudderRucker pre-season. Welcome to our first pre-season episode, and we have quite the belter for you. Joining us from deep inside the fortress that is Irish camp is a back row beast that earned her first cap in Edinburgh for Ireland's last game of the 2025 Six Nations. The proud Munster and Ailbhe woman, welcome Jane Clohessy.
Hello, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. And also joining us is living proof that there's something different in the water in Wexford, one of the hardest grafters in the Irish squad, and a woman perhaps with more personalities than fingers, the one and only Niamh Noddy O'Dowd.
Hello.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Niamh, I hear you're the really quiet, serious one in the group. No crack at all.
I am, yeah. I just kind of keep to myself, I don't get into any trouble or anything like that. I just, low profile.
Are you the liability?
No, I wouldn't say I'm the liability. I think Ruth is the liability. Actually, Jane is also a liability.
Thank you, Noddy.
Yeah.
Cheers, Noddy.
Yeah, I'm not a liability.
I love there were 10 seconds into this and you're already dropping her in it. That's beautiful.
I was going to say, by any means, don't hold back on one-upping each other throughout the rest of the podcast now. Don't worry about that. That'll be
I won't.
Noddy's very shy. Go easy on her.
Oh, she is. She's so shy. Niamh, how important is humour and banter to you, in terms of your preparation or in terms of how you go about your business in the rugby sphere?
Yeah, actually hugely important. I know I come across very like I'm always messing and stuff, but I am actually underneath it all very, very serious. So for me, having the crack and literally just having a bit of crack, it really settles me. So before a game or on game day, when you're having your pre-match meal, if I'm sat at a table where it's all kind of laugh and just a bit of banter or whatever, it settles me and it just makes me relax, because I can be actually very highly strung and I don't really switch off that often. So for me, it's completely important. If you go through the week in camp and you're not having any fun, it can be very, very stressful. So yeah, it just helps me switch off from rugby and just relax a bit. Yeah.
When you get in the zone though, Noddy, she's in the zone, don't touch her.
Yeah.
But it's one extreme to the other,
yeah, I feel
the switch is like this.
Yeah, I've 2 personalities. The minute we start prepping for power on pitch, you'll see me going around the gym, I'll be stone cold face, I'm not really talking to anyone. So I definitely flip between the both quite a lot.
And do these 2 extremes have different names?
No, I think they're both just Noddy. Sometimes I do put on a lot of accents and all throughout the week. I don't know, sometimes I just prefer to speak in an accent, whatever, I don't know, I have a different accent every month, but yeah, it's just something that I just find fun, and it's just another way to switch off for me. You can't take anything too seriously when you're speaking in an accent,
I wouldn't say you do the accent, but you try to do the accent, Noddy. Let's be fair.
I am so good at so many accents.
But you switch between too many that they all start crossing over. And
yes.
Then we're where are you from today?
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah. They do sometimes merge a bit.
What's your best accent?
I think the English one. See, then I go to South London, but I'm trying to do a more northern. Wait, no, I need to get in the zone. So Jane, what am I good at saying in the north?
No, I think Brooklyn is your strong one.
I
when
haven't
you're
done that in
talking about Tommy and
ages.
Tina and
Oh, Tony.
yeah, Tony,
Tony's
sorry,
boys. Yeah, yeah,
Tony.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. That's prosciutto in New York City.
yeah, exactly. This good
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah,
I love it. Were you the class clown in school?
yeah. I would have gotten in trouble for talking a lot. That was my main thing. I was just always talking. But yeah, I wasn't really class clown. I was actually really serious. Again in school, like I was really serious, but then I'd be messing as well. So I was probably actually like I'd say the teachers were so annoyed at me. Um, but yeah, I was a real swot in school. Um, but then yeah, I'd always be like just talking. I don't even know what I'd be talking about. I just couldn't stop talking. Yeah, so that was kind of it in school. Yeah.
It's useful on a rugby pitch, I imagine, though. You keep talking, keep communicating.
Yeah, yeah. Like I should probably do a bit more. Sometimes then when I'm out of breath, that's probably the first thing to go. Um, but yeah, Jane would be the same now. You'd hear her from like one end of the pitch to the other when she gets going.
I don't think so. Not. I was gonna say like I'm definitely. I feel like I'm a quiet. You're good. You're good to chat in the field. I feel like I'm definitely a quieter person on the pitch. But that's
Yeah,
funny that you say that. Yeah, I never
yeah.
thought that.
No, I'd hear you like when you say something, I know it's you that's saying it. I think it's because of
Interesting.
your accent or something. Yeah,
I have an accent, do I?
yeah,
Do my accent, Noddy.
I
Jeez.
no, oh my God, I need to get into the Limerick accent. I couldn't though, I'd get in so much trouble.
We could literally have an Irish camp falling out live on the podcast. So
Yeah.
let's just back away slowly from that one, people.
So Niamh, just to discuss your rugby career a little bit, you just a relatively slow start in like most would have with coming off the bench for a few games. Yeah, with Ireland. But towards the latter end of last year in WXV and certainly in the Six Nations, you've made that number one jersey your own. What has it been like for you this last year?
Yeah, I guess like you say, kind of it went from kind of getting very few minutes and kind of just being kind of like a reserve or on the bench, and it kind of very quickly then changed to starting a few more games. So I'm very grateful, obviously, to be given the opportunities. Um, but I'm also grateful for having had all that time on the bench as a reserve because you learn so much. It makes you work so hard for everything when you don't take it for granted. Um, and yeah, so sorry, how was the last year been? I definitely say one thing I noticed, like kind of going from like bench to playing more minutes, is the actual you really get a feel for the actual intensity of international games. Like the first 20, 30 minutes of a game, they're like it's very hard to replicate that in training. So definitely like the toll on my body and your mind um is definitely a lot more. Um yeah, I'd say that's probably the biggest difference that I've noticed, just like the actual physical and mental load of the games has been a lot. But yeah, I'm just very grateful to be given the minutes and yeah.
And Jane, earning your first cap in the Six Nations this year, walk me through it. When did you get the call? When did you find out that you were going to be in the 23?
What day was that game? Because that depends the day we found out. Was it a Saturday game?
Yes.
So you have a bit of an idea from our contact session, let's call it, in the week, like our second day in the week, because you're in teams in the session, so you kind of get a little bit of idea if there's people swapped in and out that you might have a chance. You don't know anything for sure, but you're kind of that just shows that you might get your foot in the door. But I actually went as travel reserve the week previous to Wales. There was a couple of different bits going on, which was the reason for me going. Like usually it's quite position specific people that are brought as TRs. So you might have a prop, a hooker and a scrum half. But I have to say, like getting that experience in Wales as a TR definitely helped with nerves for the following week, which ended up obviously getting selected for the 23 because the running order of the days and what's going on, and you don't have as much of the, I suppose, stress and nerves of that you're could be coming off the bench or whatever. Now you still have to be ready, of course, and prepare like as a TR, because anything could happen and you could end up on the bench. But I do think that really helped. It was probably the Wednesday, Noddy, but I'd be right in saying the Wednesday that selection would have come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I found out.
And do you find out all in a room together, or do you find out one-on-one? How does that conversation happen?
It's a message sent out to the group all at the exact same time.
Wow, okay.
And you could be on your own. You know the time that it's been sent, so you can plan for whatever. You might want to be on your own, you might want to be in company, whatever. Yeah, you're gonna laugh. I was actually going on holidays the following week on the Tuesday with the Bose girls, and I had an appointment for my nails, my lash lift, my brows. So I was sitting on a chair in Blanche Shopping Centre. I thought my appointment was 4:30, so I was like, okay, they'll do my nails and the selection's coming out at 5, let's say, so I'll be able to see my phone. But of course, they wanted to do my lashes first. So my phone was on silent, and I'm lying back in a chair. Eyes are shut. Cian, just like you. When you're getting a lash lift, Cian, your eyes are closed for 60 minutes.
Oh, 60.
I'm lying back in the chair, and I'm like, I've no idea what time it is, but it started at 4:30. So I'm like, okay, is it nearly 5 o'clock? I haven't felt a buzz on my chest. And next thing, my phone is just buzz, 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 buzz. And I'm like, oh my God, is this because it's a good thing or a bad thing? I can't realize. I had to sit through another 30 minutes with my eyes closed before I could open my phone. Yeah, it was such bad planning out of me. But I ended up opening the message at 5:30. Yeah, and in the meantime, my phone actually rang, and the girl that was doing my lashes she was standing behind me, and I could feel my phone ringing, and I just picked it up, and I was like, "Can you tell me the name that's on that, please?" And she just said, Ailbhe Corey. And I was like, all right, thanks. And then I was like, I don't know if I want to answer it or not. Does she give good news or bad news? Is she ringing me because she met it? Is she ringing me because I met it? So I didn't answer the call. So I was like, I need to wait until I can see with my own eyes like what the selection is. So I got it half an hour after it came out. I could not wait for her to take the things off of my eyes. I was like, is this ever going to end? Would she ever take the things off? So
I feel like I'm going to have an anxiety attack. Listen.
Oh, it was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot. I don't know why. It was so silly of me. But anyway, I end up getting my eyes opened, stinging. You can barely see. And I'm like, I don't care. Just open the text. And yeah, then I found out, and it was class. It really was special. And God, the occasion that the girls gave me and Ailbhe for our first cast, like, I didn't have any idea what it was going to be like. Obviously, it's your first cast, but it was lovely for the two of us because we'd obviously come up along together from Bowes and then in the NTS in Munster and then called up whatever. But the girls made it so special. Like, both of us, we were very emotional at the jersey presentation over in Scotland, which was the day before, which I was probably actually more excited that day than I was the day of the game, just because we were just going to feel so special. Me and Ailbhe afterwards, we were rooming together as well. Like, we cried after the jersey press. It took every ounce out of me not to cry during it. They put like a video together of our highlights, and Tricky stood up and gave a speech, and we were given a little card and a little Highland cow because we were in Scotland, a little teddy. It was just so special, and I didn't have any idea that it was going to be like that. So that really caught me, like, and Ailbhe as well. And it just made the whole occasion so much more emotional, I think, for us. But it was amazing. It actually made me realise how much I love the group as well, all the individuals, for making us feel that way. And it was the first thing that excited me about coming back into camp last Monday. Like, I'm not gonna lie, and I didn't say this to many people, but I was dreading it because it's just hard to get back into things when you've been out. But once you're back in, it's fine. But the second I walked into the change room and saw the girls' faces, I was like, oh my God, it just made me realise how mad about them I am. And then it just was like, oh, I can't wait for this now again. It just brought me back to Scotland, like, and it was so special. so special. Sorry for absolutely rambling there.
Not at all.
If you know me, that's exactly how I tell a story. You ask me here, I go round and round about on a big zigzaggy road, and finally I'll get back there hours later.
I'd never heard that about the lashes before. That's so
Did you
funny.
not?
No, I didn't know that. It's so you though. It's so you.
Typical.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone must have thought you were stone cold. Like, yeah, no, leaving you on red, half an hour. Like, yeah.
I know, and then it got to lashes are done. Now it's time for nails, and at that point, I had seen I was selected, and all I wanted to do was
I need my hands.
text back, and then I've no fucking hands to do anything. And I'd be going the phone holding his shoulder to ear, and I'd say she thought I was so ignorant, the girl that was doing my nails, and I just kept saying, "I'm so sorry, I have to take this call, so sorry." And I was being a real diva, she needed my 2 hands, and I was only ever giving her 1. Oh, never again. Big mistake.
It's lovely to hear you talk about the emotion of the build up and the jersey presentation and all that. One of the highlights, I think, for me, after your first cap and after Aoife Corey's first cap, was a picture that was posted on Instagram, and it's just the two of you from behind. I think she's lying on your shoulder, the two of you are hugging, and you can see the hive in the background, and then the stadium in the background, and it's just capturing a moment.
Yeah, I'm actually in shivers just as you described the photo, because it's just one of those. Yeah, it's just when I see it, it just takes me back to the feeling. And although we lost, obviously it was important to celebrate the occasion that was in it. Do you know what I mean? It was not a nice way to do it, if you want to put it that way. The fact that we lost, but our families didn't really mind the result, because obviously it was just such an occasion for us. So going over to them really made us realize, oh, we did it. This is why we got up at the times that we did, and brought our GPS on holidays when we didn't want to, and all that hard work. And then you realize, yeah, it was there was no one left, and it was just us on the pitch, and it was just oh my God, it's crazy. It was crazy, but it's a lovely memory to have. A great photo, in fairness to Ben from Info. That was him that captured that.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it was brilliant. And Rob.
Niamh, first cap for you, what was that like?
Yeah, that was in 2023 Six Nations. Yeah, it was the first game. It was against Wales. Do you know what? I think I was. I don't know. I guess it was. So I only played a couple of minutes of that game, and I probably didn't realize. I obviously realized how big it was, and I was very nervous and all. But I kind of come from Interpro, my first Interpro was Celtic Challenge, and then straight into Six Nations. And it was the only cap I got that Six Nations. But yeah, I guess it all kind of happened so quickly that year that I didn't really have time to think. I wasn't really expecting to play in the Six Nations that year. Yeah, so it was kind of a bit of a whirlwind. And then I guess looking back now, I'm how did I even play in the Six Nations? I feel like I've learned so much since. I'm what was I doing? Do you know? So yeah, that looking back on it, I'm just how did I even take the field? I just feel I've learned a lot since. So yeah, I think for me as well, it was when I got my second cap because there was a good bit of time between my first and second cap, so it was almost as if my second cap was the one that was really hard earned. Like I say, the first cap kind of came very quickly, and then it was no, you have to earn your second cap. And that was when I felt like I'd really earned it. And yeah, I don't know, yeah, it all just happened very quickly that season. So yeah, it was all kind of a bit I don't know, a bit of a
blur.
Yeah, blur. Yeah.
So first cap songs. What was yours, Jane?
Angels, Robbie Williams.
Well, that's not an easy one.
No, but it's great because Ailbhe Corey sang Travelling Soldier, which was lovely. All the Irish girls stood up and came over. We had to do it on a microphone in Scotland afterwards, and in front of staff and both teams. and Scottish girls hadn't a note in what she was singing, so it was just the Irish girls singing it. And then I was like, oh, hopefully they'll know Robin. Surely they'll know Robin Williams. So I started singing Angels, and in fairness, they all took part. All the Scottish girls sang the whole song as well. It's an easy one because people know it, so they'll join in with you. Yeah, that was mine. It's crap.
I have to say, it was honestly one of the best first cap songs ever. It was really, really good.
Take it.
She was competing with because the France-England game was going on in the background, and like it was literally the last minute of that where there was like a point between them.
Yeah.
So like we were all like hooked to that, and then like her song just took over. It was so good.
Amazing.
It was really good.
To hear that you had to do it in front of, like, it's not just a dressing room thing after the game.
Yeah, I heard that day as well.
There's a microphone and everything.
Yeah.
I'd be more nervous about that than going on the pitch.
I thought they were joking. I said, surely not. And they were like, oh no, this is how it's done. Like, up you get. And the girls are always taking the piss out of you. Like, so sometimes you're gullible. When it's your first time in the environment, you're like, sure, I don't know how this works, so I'll do it anyway. But no, they were being deadly serious.
And Niamh, that was yours.
I'm not quite. I couldn't tell you for sure, actually, which is terrible. I think it could have been Nicki Minaj Super Bass. It could have been. I think that's what if I had to put money on it, I think it was that song. That's probably one of my go-tos. Yeah, it must have been very basic.
What accent did you choose?
Basic. What accent? I don't think I was doing that many accents back then. I think the accent started when we went to Dubai, probably because I was just so bored just going around the hotel because you can go outside in Dubai. So we were all just cooped up in the hotel for 3 weeks. I think that's when the accents really started.
Something tripped in your brain there.
Yeah, oh, it did. Yeah.
Just to move on to talk about pre-season within the Irish camp. I mean, pre-season is something that people dread in general. It's never tough. There's so much conditioning, but I can imagine at elite international level, it's just so far beyond, where everything is being monitored from, your output, your how many steps you're doing, how much you're lifting, everything but bowel movements essentially. Well, maybe even that. Who knows? What is it like moving from the likes of Wolfhounds and Clovers into elite international? Is it a huge step up? Is there a huge difference?
Yeah, so I'm very lucky. I was actually in the centralized program last year for pre-season. So this pre-season is actually quite similar. Is that like it's actually like the overall structure of it isn't actually that different to like your club pre-season. Like we kind of basically have 2 tough sessions a week, where you do get a good few meters. And then we have another top-up session that we do on our own on Saturday. And then we have our gyms during the week as well. So, yeah, like it wouldn't actually be like overly different to what you do in your club or in Clovers or Wolfhounds. Yeah, I guess.
And like more of it.
Yeah, but then at the same time, we're very lucky that we have time to recover. Like, obviously, if you're trying to work and then go training in the evenings, like that can be tougher. But like we have plenty of time to recover. We get given our food and everything, so that kind of offsets a lot of the, like a lot of the like extra running or whatever you have to do. So well, I know we're only like 1.5 weeks in, but so far like so good. Yeah, it's been quite enjoyable so far. We've another tough session now tomorrow. Thursdays can be quite tough. But yeah, like what would you say, Jane?
I think I agree when you're saying it's probably like similar style pre-season to what I would have done before, whether it's with Bowes or Munster, but I don't think I've probably done 4 gyms a week before with NTS. I could be wrong, and if Lorna hears this, she could give out and say, I gave you 5 gyms before, you just probably never did it, but we have 5 gyms a week in here. And the trade, like it is a step up. Like I'm probably Noddy fresher off of the club to this scene than yourself because you've been centralized, right? So you're probably more used to it. Like they are tough. We have tough Thursdays. Oh my god, I can't even say it. Tough Thursdays. tough to say, tough to do. And Tuesdays is our contact day. So like, yes, it was a tough and heavy day. And what I find really helps though, like, is, okay, your body may be telling you like, I am dead today, I can't squat. Like yesterday we were squatting after what was, I found, Noddy, a really tough pitch session.
Yeah.
And I was like, how on earth are we going to do this? Like, I actually nearly cried. We were coming off the pitch and I was like, oh, thank God, we're done now. We just have lunch. And the girls were like, Jane, we've gym and we're squatting. I actually nearly started bawling crying because I completely didn't realise that we had to go and squat. And I was like, how are we going to do this after the session we just put down? But having the people around you doing it as well is it motivates you so much. That's what I find gets me through it. When you're surrounded by absolute tanks and you, like, Noddy, you be looking like, seeing what other people are lifting, because sometimes you're trying to gauge if it's an exercise that you haven't maybe done in a while and you're like, I don't even know where to start with my weight for these, because what's a good starting point. Like, it does really push you, like, and you see what other people are doing, like, there's no reason that I can't do that if she's doing it, and it drives you on. And as Ed told us yesterday, get over it. Ed was like, I know you're tired and I know you're sore, but get over it. He was like, it's two choices. One is get over it. And then he was saying, two, don't drop your technique. If it means you take a bit of weight off, take a bit of weight off. So there's leeway, like, but yeah, we ended up, I mean, we got it done. Like, it is, a lot of it is mental as well. Of course, you have to listen to your body, like, you don't want to injure yourself, but it is tough, but it's a good tough because you're surrounded by unbelievable athletes, like.
And who are the standard setters in the group? You know, obviously, you know, you've got your two captains in there, but are there people who just drive you on and demand more within the group as well?
To be honest, I, like, for me personally, I, like, one of the reasons I love playing with this group is because, like, one way or another, everyone, like, I think, like, inspires me in some way. So like, it, like, one person might, like, be squatting like ridiculous weight and you're like, that, like, I want to be like that. Or like, even like, not just in the gym, like on the pitch, like someone might bring like really good like intensity in their carries, or like just how someone like approaches a running session or something. So like across the squad, we have people like kind of pushing standards in different areas all the time.
Very
Like,
true.
do you know, like, I feel
Yeah.
like if you look around, like, every single person brings something to the table, and is really good at something. And like, do you know, like, even like, I always find like Doro with her carries in training, I'd be like, that's the level like we all need to get to. Or like Niamh Jones with her work rate, or like, do you know, like
You
Enya
with your
doing,
line speed, that's
oh
your
jeez, I
superpower.
don't,
No, but that
I don't
is like,
know.
that's what inspires everyone else to get off the line quicker. Like, that's your thing. But you're so right. Like, everyone has
Yeah,
their own thing, and it makes everyone else want to, meet the
yeah.
standard of them.
Yeah, like even in the gym, like Christy's bench, Derv's bench, like
Yeah.
Enya going front squatting, like, it's, I don't know, I
Ailbhe
feel like,
O'Reilly
yeah,
squatting as well.
yeah, oh my God, yeah.
I don't
Even
even
like
know
some
the
people,
figures. I just know when I'm watching, I'm like,
it's crazy. Yeah, you just see like little AV and this huge bar like filled to the brim with plates. It's actually crazy. But yeah, I just think everyone brings something to the table, and I love, like, I don't know. I'm kind of like, I just see people doing things and I'm like, oh, I wanna be like that.
100%.
Yeah, I don't know, or even like attention to detail, like Fiona with like her kind of like attention to detail around line eggs and stuff like that. Yeah, that's, I don't know. I kind of find how I feel there, but yeah.
We might move into, we're going to do a bit of a camp trivia quiz if that's all right. Cian, I'm going to
Oh,
let
God.
you belt ahead there.
So this is going to be a bit of a quick fire tails out of camp quiz, okay? So we're going to throw them at you. Don't have to give us too long an answer, but we're going to need an answer on everything. So we'll start with you,
Good
Niamh.
luck not getting a long answer. Best luck getting a quick answer off me as well. Like, I'm one of them.
We'll just mute you, it's fine.
Right, start with you, Niamh. Every
Okay.
squad has their odd little rituals. What is this campus unhinged moment you've had so far this year?
Odd little rituals. Ruth did bring in some, sorry, this isn't a ritual, but Ruth did bring in, she found two sets of laser tag guns, and me and Ruth and Eve and Sam literally had a game of laser tag at dinner when everyone was just sat eating their dinner. And I think people were like, what is wrong with those children? Yeah, that's probably the strangest thing we've done so far.
Oh, dinner
That's
tag. I
huge.
love it.
So, Jane, there's always one person in every squad that gets adopted into another group, the honorary forward or the back that likes to think that they could play prop. Who's switching clicks in this squad?
Oh God. So who's like a wannabe back or like a wannabe forward? Is that...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard.
There has to be a forward in there that thinks they can kick.
Who have I seen? Chloe Pierce, sorry, Chloe Pierce is not here, but she loves to do that. She's the first name that just came to my head, so I just have to say it because I know you know her.
Oh, please drop her
always-
in, like drop her
he's
in
always
anytime.
doing-
Absolutely.
Not who help me? Who's a forward that
So,
would?
I think Eve Higgins really wants to be a prop. Honest to God, she really wants to be a prop. A forward who wants to kick.
I feel like Wafer could.
Yes, Wafer.
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has kicked in training before.
Yeah, Wafer could be centre.
Yeah,
like.
so definitely Wafer.
Yeah. I could see if I going to pretty much anything. Yeah, I could do that.
100%.
Yeah, true.
Eve loiters around our front row meetings like she wants in.
There we go. That sounds like the answer to me. Okay. Niamh.
Yeah.
You're in a squad full of big personalities. What
Yeah.
is one lesson you've learned about being a good teammate that has nothing to do with rugby? Is it accents?
How to be a good teammate. Christy Hayner's going to laugh at this. Jane, how to be a good teammate. I might pass this over to you.
Well, I would probably say, and it's you said not rugby related. Like I don't do the whole Noddy thing of like. I think I'm the same person like on and off the pitch, whereas Noddy has her like crack and then gets serious. So like, I probably would like to ease the people by having a bit of crack, or if like basically be there for them. If you need to put a smile on their face, do it. Like whatever you have to do, just do it. You don't want to see people having a bad day or going around sad. So
Yeah.
probably just to be able to be there for them, not in a rugby sense.
Yeah.
Pick people up.
Yeah, I guess like checking in on people, like having a little chat with someone, just like if it's like at snack table or something, just
You
like,
know
just-
what's going down. Like
yeah, exactly. And just being like, oh, how are you? Or like, did you find that tough or whatever? Like, because most of us have found the same things tough. And like mostly when you have a
Yeah.
chat with someone, you're like, oh, everyone else had this exact same experience.
we literally said it in during Six Nations. One day, me and Noddy, I remember, I don't know who else was with us for the conversation, but we were like, you're not doing something right if you haven't cried when you're in camp. It's just
Oh, yeah.
simple as
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Everyone's gonna have their cry, and if you haven't, there's something wrong. You're not trying hard
You
enough.
weren't in camp. Yeah. Yeah.
So everyone's gonna have their tough days.
That rolls neatly into my next question, which is between training, analysis, and meetings, camp can be really, really intense. What's your go-to way to decompress when your brain's full of kind of ruck plays and play calls and all sorts of stuff?
How do I de-wind? I love company, but I also love my own company. So I feel like de-winding is probably being on my own, and it could be bed rotting. Straight after training, it could be getting to the hotel and just bed rotting for a little while, or if we have access to the spa, it could be going down there. Like we used to have like an assigned time where we go down to the spa at the same time, but I'd go down sometimes. I'd eat my dinner in the hotel in my bikini so that I can go. After I have a food coma, I can go straight to the spa on my own, where I know I'm not going to meet anyone else, because I don't. And I love them dearly, but I don't want to meet them at that time. So I just go off on my own. So it probably is going off on my own, yeah, and finding some way to relax, whether it's lying in the bed, putting on Netflix, or going to the spa and chilling out.
I used to be the exact same with the spa. On Thursdays before we travel, we'd have like a bit of a morning off. And I'd literally like sneak down like when no one else was there.
I
And she'd
remember
have the best-
catching you in the corridor in your
Yeah,
robe and
in my
slippers. I was like,
robe.
where's this girl been?
And I'm like,
Jed, I love the idea that you sit there in your bikini eating because you're ready. But I talked to Chloe Pierce last week and asked her, give me some insights into Jane. And she goes, she's allergic to
no.
clothes.
I knew that you were going to say that.
I can I can confirm that she is. Do you remember Jane?
Yes, Noddy, go on.
Well, the fucking pink sports bra at dinner. Do you remember that?
No, so I got fined at the end of the Six Nations because I didn't see it as this, but I got caught in the act, and when they said it out loud, I realised how inappropriate it probably was. But we had one-to-one chats with coaches, and I was having a one-to-one with Scott in the hotel. And we were in our own clothes. It's usually like when you're in the hotel, you're you, so you wear what you want, and then when you're in here, it's like you're at work, you wear your RFUK or whatever. So I was just being me, but I was wearing a sports bra and like high-waisted tracksuit shorts, but I had a cardigan on me, like, but it wasn't a zip cardigan, so it was like to cover myself, I had to have it like pulled around, like, you know, cozied up. Well, I didn't realise that afterwards on the bus in Scotland when I got fined, Christy Haney was calling them out, and she was like, "This person is getting fined for going to a one-to-one meeting with Scott in her sports bra." And then I realised, oh my God, that actually did happen. But I didn't see it that way because I had a cardigan on. I was like, I was covered up. I didn't have it out. Like, yeah, I don't, do you know what? I love the sun, and it was sunny during that time. And any moment, I'm like, get me some rays. So the girls, I was on holidays with Chloe, and she's very used to me trying to get as many rays in every inch of my body. That's how I put it. Whether that's with clothes on or off is another thing.
I feel like you need like a wardrobe chaperone, somebody to just cover you up at appropriate times.
She does, yeah.
Oh God.
Ah, amazing. Okay. Niamh, we've heard about kid chaos and forgotten boots, but what's the weirdest thing you've seen someone pull out of their kit bag at camp?
Oh, the weirdest thing someone's brought to camp. Niamh Jones always has like a bag of tricks. Like she'll always turn up with like new games, new quiz books. She literally, like, even there today, she has this were you playing a Jane there before Line Eggs? It's like this I think it's from Japan. It's like it's almost like the thing that you play badminton with, but instead of there being a ball, so there's feathers on it, and then there's these like discs, and basically you kick it. It's you do keep your upbeat with it, but it's very hard, and like you play it in a group. It's very fun. So like she just brings all these like weird and wonderful like toys and games for us to play the whole time. So I'd say Niamh Jones probably for the like funnest things to bring to camp.
I'm imagining her being like Mary Poppins now and just going, look what I got.
No, Niamh Jones is Mary Poppins. She literally is Mary Poppins. That is so accurate.
Brilliant.
She's literally a nanny as well. Like it's perfect. I'd say she arrives to work with a fucking umbrella, like and like just floats down.
Right, next question. Jane, if there were awards handed out at the end of camp, who's getting best dressed, who's getting most likely to cause a minor emergency, and who's getting MVP of vibes?
Best dressed. Let's go with that one first. Do you know what? I always think when we're in camp anyway, I think I'm always in like comfy clothes. Tricky always comes down with like jeans and a lovely like jersey top.
And so does Kleena.
And Clee.
Tricky and Kleena are very well dressed at dinner.
And I'm sorry, can we curse on this? Because
of course.
If not, I should have apologized because naturally it always comes out.
I
should have asked at the start because I have a potty mouth.
Work away.
I just remember them coming down to the hotel and I was like, who the fuck wears their jeans in the hotel when you want to be comfortable, like? Because they're the last thing that I put on. But they always look so lovely. And I'm like, they're just so well dressed. Jeans and like a lovely, like a long sleeve jersey polo top. That's their vibe. And I think it's really nice.
I agree with you.
That's best dressed. Glad you agree with me, Noddy. Most likely to cause an emergency. I feel a little bit attacked here, so I'm not going to go with myself, but think of elsewhere. Probably Ruth. Would you agree, Noddy?
Yeah, Ruth or Doro. Like when we were in College Island, Doro, remember time she set a toaster on fire? Were you there with Clovers?
Yeah, but also she is a health hazard, full stop, because I roomed with Doro twice, and well, once with Munster, once here. Like you're in the room, you just checked in, you're in the room 20 seconds, and it's like an obstacle course. There is stuff everywhere. How one human needs as many products as that lady has, I don't even know. And you can't even open the bathroom door because there's a huge bag of products behind the door that she somehow blocked the door with, even though she's not in the bathroom. I don't know how she does it.
Yeah.
Chaos. So she is probably going to cause an accident and an emergency for that reason.
And honestly, who's the MVP of vibes?
Yeah, of the forwards, like Christy's obviously very funny because she's American, but like she just brings them American vibes. Yeah, like Niamh, obviously, she's always like in a good mood, always chatty.
Very true. But then Linda is a vibe in itself, like, isn't it?
Oh my God, she's so funny. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like I feel like everyone kind of brings a different
Nick Fowley.
Yeah.
There's really a
There's
few
so
like
many,
for different
yeah.
reasons. Yeah, I couldn't give one person that. Noddy, you as well. Like I couldn't give one person that. There's definitely a couple of different ones and in different ways as well, which is nice.
Yes, yeah.
I feel like on the outside looking in that Ruth Campbell just doesn't care what anybody thinks about her. She's just authentically her. Like she just seems cool as can be.
Yeah, spot on.
Yeah, she really is.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
very good.
Right, we're gonna look forward a little bit to the World Cup next year. So we are in Pool C and it's a bit of a tough group. We have Japan, New Zealand and Spain in our pool. The last time we faced Spain was in the 2023 WXV3, where we beat them only by 2 points. The last time we faced Japan was in August, where we played them in Japan, 1-1, lost 1. So going by recent history alone, it's going to be a particularly tough group. What is the mindset heading into the group stages? And, considering there's no easy opposition, what is the main focus? Niamh, come to you.
Yeah, so like already we're kind of like, we're starting to have a look at some of like the Japan stuff, and we will look at them a bit more in a few weeks, and we'll look at Spain in a few weeks to try and get ahead of the curve on that, so that when we come to match week, like we'll be kind of have like a lot of the detail prepped. Same with New Zealand. Yeah, I guess like yes, they are all tough opposition, but we've actually beaten all of them teams. So like we know we have that kind of in our armory. I've actually never played against Spain or Japan. It's only New Zealand. So from kind of speaking to the girls, like I watched the Spain game. I was over in Dubai, and that was a very tough game. Like they're absolutely like chaos at the breakdown, kind of stuff like that. Like a very high energy kind of team to play against. Really like aggressive at the breakdown. They've some like very fast backs. And then from speaking to the girls who went to Japan the last time, like they seem to be like a very organized team, really know what they're doing, very fit. So I guess like the kind of mindset is like put in a really good preseason, work really hard, kind of get as fit as we can, get as prepared as we can, and then then we know that we can beat any of these teams. So I guess just kind of focusing on ourselves for the next while, getting as much work in the bank as we can. And then like always for us, like our set piece is a huge area that we work on. And we've already started a good bit of work on our lineouts and scrums. So yeah, just kind of keeping the head down, keeping working. And then like a big focus on ourselves and kind of keeping building from what we did in Six Nations. Would you agree, Jane?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I know from personally speaking, obviously that having been my first camp, it was like it opened a whole new realm of rugby that I didn't even know existed, to be honest. So I found it took me like about 5 weeks to get to terms with what was going on. So it'd be interesting to see, like I definitely feel more comfortable in this camp because we're using stuff that we've already done and it's in the bank now, it's in the subconscious, so I can start playing really but it'll be interesting to see how much more, because we're always building and we're always adding layers, so how much more will we be able to add? We can add as much as we're able to take, basically. So Cotters will always say, he'll bring new stuff to us, and if we can do it, he moves on to the next thing. And he always says that he has a lot of stuff that that's in the men's game, and he would have done with the Munster senior men. And he pointed out even Noddy. I don't know if any of you noticed Noddy's one man lift on Aaron King in more than one of the games.
Yeah, beast.
Yep.
It was world class. Like, and he'd often point out if we do things really well, it could be in training or again just in analysis, he'll say this is world class. Like, I haven't seen it as good as this in the men's game, which is exciting to see that you have athletes like that can do those things. So it will be, it'll be interesting to see what else we can build on. Definitely, it's all about building and layering and seeing how much more we could push ourselves. And yeah, I do agree with you, not spot on.
I love that one woman lift, because you're lifting the queen of the one woman lift. And it's just layers upon layers of just beasts across the phone.
I have to say, Erin is very, very good at that. Like, it really is all in the jump.
Noddy, please stop.
Honest to God, it is, because when it goes wrong, like if the jumper isn't balanced or isn't like giving enough to the jump, like it doesn't matter how much you give to the lift.
At least two for sure.
Yeah.
You're great at it. Well done. Take it.
Very modest. And so, looking at this Rugby World Cup that's coming up, it seems like it's going to be a Rugby World Cup like no other. I know we had it here in 2017, but the game has moved on significantly since then. Obviously, we weren't at the last World Cup, but I think there's over 300,000 tickets sold so far, and there's going to be a hell of a lot more sold, approaching the game, or approaching the start of the games. How do the crowds impact how you play? And is it daunting knowing that the crowds are going to be even bigger than before?
Yeah, I think they do have a huge impact. Like when we play at home, whether it's in Cork or up in Belfast or in Dublin, I like having our own home crowd cheering us on. Like it like genuinely gives you such a boost. Like when you're in the depths and when you're kind of in your own 22 and then you get one tiny swing of momentum and the crowd just like erupts, like that gives you such a lift when you like need it the most. But also like even when you are away from home, if there is a big crowd at a stadium, you just kind of have to use that energy, whether they're cheering for you or not. You kind of just have to feed off that energy. And to be honest, if you don't enjoy the occasion of having a big crowd, like last year Six Nations we played in Le Mans in France, and like they had a really big crowd, but their energy was like, the French fans, like they're
noisy.
Absolutely insane. They're very noisy. So like you kind of just have to feed off it, whether it's your crowd or not. And yeah, like if you don't enjoy them big occasions, then like,
you're in the wrong game.
Yeah. Because like they don't come around very often. So yeah, I think it's also so exciting for us that it's just across the water in England, because like so many of our friends and family will be able to come over. So like, like that's like when your friends and family are in the crowd, it's like it's just a bit extra special,
I keep getting given out to for booking more flights.
Oh, really?
A little bit. So, Niamh, for you, we've got a running joke that we have with Chloe Pierce about her time as prop.
Yeah.
And you recently moved yourself from back row into the prop position. Chloe doesn't talk very nicely about her time as prop. What is it like for you? And have you just taken to it like a duck to water?
Not like a duck to water at all. No, so when I first moved, I was playing club with Old Belvedere, and it was actually, they kind of made the decision for me. I was quite apprehensive at the time, but I guess they knew what was best for me in the long run, so I kind of had to trust that. And I remember going like up to, like, to be honest, any AIL club at that time, like they all kind of have good props, so it was really tough at the time. Like it was just a whole new way of playing rugby. I went from being able to run around the place kind of carefree to like every time there's a knock on, it's like, oh God, I have to do this now again. kind of like, obviously over the last 2 years, I have definitely built my confidence in the scrum. But then again, it kind of never gets any easier. Like the game against England was really tough in the scrum, and yeah, like it is like if I could play back row again, I would, that kind of way. But
You
it's
me
just one of,
both. You
honestly,
me both. I've been
yeah,
squeezed into the middle of the scrum now. I can't imagine what it's like for you, but when you're in second row, your head feels like it's going to explode.
yeah. I did actually feel you were there with me yesterday, and I felt really bad for you, but there's nothing I could do.
Oh
Um,
God.
yeah, I guess yeah. To be honest, it is. I do find it quite tough. But it's one of them things that we're here now, and you kind of have to embrace it. And it's very enjoyable working with Dennis, our scrum coach. Like he's so good to work with. So yeah, like it's kind of one of them things that you kind of buy into, give it good energy. Yes, it's tough, but like you can work on it a lot. Um, you can always improve your scrummaging. So yeah, no, I do enjoy it. It's hard, but
Yeah,
I do.
I was gonna say, like, you're happy there. Do you know, like
Yes,
you have to if you're being steered into a direction. I do think absolutely try it if they think it's for the better of you. If they think you're gonna get a
yeah,
green jersey in it, but then of course, like if you're not happy, if you're not enjoying it, why are you doing it? Like, so
yeah,
at least
exactly. Yeah.
you're having the ball there,
No, I
Noddy.
am. I am. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know I do. I am enjoying it. I've really changed my tune now from when I started talking. But no, no, I do. I do enjoy it. And like you say, like I'm so grateful. Like it's a position where I can like get a jersey. So like what's not to love about that? For me, and it really was like it felt like at the time it felt like a golden ticket, to be honest, in the front row. So I was just kind of counting my blessings that I was in the position. So yeah, yeah.
Jane, for you, the Clohessy name with your father's career, he gets brought up a lot, but how important is it for you to define your own story and your own career?
I'm not too fussed with it, to be honest. Like I don't. It doesn't bother me. I'm quite laid back though. I'm kind of like, I don't pay too much attention to that. Like, of course, people bring it up or they'll ask, but we have a great relationship. Like, so I'm quite happy to let him ride in the front if that's the way the conversation goes. That's the way it goes, and I'll take the back seat. That's fine. Yeah, I don't think about it too much, but we do. We are very close. We're probably very similar, and that's probably why. So yeah, it doesn't bother me. I'm happy. Whenever, like, I'm just happy to be doing what I'm doing. To be honest, after that, it's a bonus.
Right, Cian. This is our favorite part of the show. Cian gets to ask the most random question possible.
I tell you what, Jane, since you're familiar with the whole kit and caboodle of this now, you can choose the jersey number 1 to 15 and you'll get asked the random question that is assigned to that number.
Oh,
Okay, I will go for 6 because that's where I prefer most to play.
Number 6. Okay. Is there a particular moment from your rugby career that still makes you smile whenever you think of it? And obviously that doesn't have to be now. It could be all the way back.
Yeah, obviously, first cap is an obvious one, but winning the IL last year, at that time, that was, sorry, it's probably still in the top 3 best days. It is still not probably in the top 3 best days of my life. It was just, my dad had actually told me, so he won an AIL. He has no silverware, by the way. He was in a lot of finals that he lost, so he has nothing to show for what he did.
Get a dig in there, Jade.
Yeah, well, he'll tell you himself. He doesn't have any. His only silverware is winning the AIL with Young Munsters in, I think it was 93. I wasn't born, but he had told me like that, and he will tell if people ask what was his best sporting memory, it's that it was winning the AIL, and I remember when we did it last year, I was like, now I know what he means, because it was just one of the most special moments ever. It really was. Like, you're with your family, and you've family here in Ireland, you've family in Munster rugby. But I think when it brings you, well, for me, because to date, the most rugby I've played has been with Bows and with those girls. So that was definitely, that is still one of the highlights. Yeah, that and my first Irish cap for sure.
Yeah, I think winning an AIL is special. It absolutely is.
Yeah,
Still
it
got a
really
big
was.
place in Irish rugby. Right. Niamh,
I guess I'll have to go with number one, sure.
number one. Okay, what is something completely ordinary that you're weirdly competitive about, like board games, cooking, or even parallel parking?
Oh, something ordinary that I'm competitive about. I'm competitive about a lot of things, to be honest. Oh, we do monitoring in the morning where you like literally test your you do your like weight and you like test your like calf and ankle and stuff like that. And there's the sit and reach, where you literally like sit and like reach like how far up the box. Like yeah. And like
Does what it
every
says on the tin, yeah.
every morning I'm like, this is it, Nod. Like you've got to do it. Like you've got to get the highest sit and reach. I like no matter how tight my hamstrings are, I will like push myself to like get like the highest sit and reach. So yeah, like it's such a loser, but like I don't know why. Every morning I'll like sit on the sit and reach and I'm like, this is it.
This is the thing I have in my head. Everyone has the secret thing that they're really
Yeah.
competitive about, and it doesn't have to make any sense to anyone else
No,
on the planet.
like it's
So yeah, I
completely
can see that.
irrelevant. It's
I can
completely
see that
irrelevant.
absolutely.
Not bench presses, not number of sit-ups you can do.
No, sit and reach. Yeah.
I
like
couldn't
it.
give a continental about my sit and reach in the morning. I'm still opening my eyes, and it takes me like I have to do it 4 times to like ease into it every time because I'm just getting on the box with my first one. It's first thing in the morning, like.
I see people like, you know, all just like pushing it and I'm like, yeah, I can do like I'll be like I see them like slack. Yeah. I'm like literally nobody cares.
Oh, sit and reach hero. I love it.
Last time I did a sit and reach, I don't think I could reach the box. But anyway. So on that note, we'll wrap up our first pre-season episode of MudderRucker, an absolute riot with Jane Clohessy and Niamh O'Dowd. Thank you very much. I think I can speak for myself and Cian when I say that getting to talk to the both of you has been an utter privilege. So join us next week for more big names and in-camp insights. Follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Like, rate, and subscribe. And until then, keep on rucking.